How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Asheville, North Carolina's City Council voting 7-0 to not only apologize for slavery, but also to provide reparations for their black residents. Now, this decision, in my humble opinion, amounts to no more than virtue signaling. That's pretty much what it is, all right? First of all, there was a Chaz Chop upstart in this particular area a few days ago that got squashed immediately. So if they had that, they probably had other protests, BLM stuff, some statue removal ceremony type things going on. So to prevent any further civil unrest, they probably did this. All right. Second of all, once you actually read what's going on, there won't be any kind of cash payments. When people hear reparations, they're thinking about cash payments. Okay, I'm getting a big bag of monies, $100 million. I think Bob Johnson said like 14 trillion, some kind of crazy number like that. That won't be going on here at all. They're a small city. There's not any real monies to draw from anyway. What they're going to do is a typical Democratic stuff. Oh, we're going to appoint a commission. We're going to do a study. We're going to deliver assets to underprivileged areas. That's not reparations. That's just more of the same. That's just more government dependence. And really, reparations in general is more government dependence because the money will come from the government, the same government we get money from right now already in black communities and in low income areas in general. You're talking about WIC, EBT, TANF, Section 8, all kind of government programs. The government programs, the government money has not helped the black community at all. So getting more of the same will not make things any better. Okay, you don't double down on the poison to create a cure. That's not really how that works. But I digress. I want to read some of what they said in their resolution, just so we're on the same page with each other. Quote, the resulting budgetary and programmatic priorities may include, but not be limited to, increasing minority home ownership and access to other affordable housing, increasing minority business ownership and career opportunities, strategies to grow equity and generational wealth, closing the gaps in healthcare, education, employment, and pay, neighborhood safety and fairness with criminal justice. So what does that even really mean? How are you really going to do that? These are just general goals you want to reach with no real concrete plan on how to reach it. All right. And if it's going to be about money, Asheville is not some kind of big metropolis that has some kind of big Scrooge McDuck type surplus of gold bullion somewhere off in the cut to pay for it. So what are you really going to do? This is a non-starter, a nothing burger. And really, reparations in general is a non-starter and a nothing burger. It will never happen. If it was going to happen, it should have happened like right after slavery. So you could identify who was a slave and who was a slave owner. Simple as that. People say that, oh, it was a wrong that was done. It was an injustice. You know, we got to get paid back for that. Now, we all know now, of course, that slavery was wrong and it shit never happened. However, it was a law back then. It was legal to do so back then. So what do you really like? How are we going to do anything now retroactively for a thing that was legal back then? And then who's going to pay? Like I was saying in other videos and in this one as well, it had come from we the people, the taxpayer. So I'm black, I pay taxes and I'm paying a lot in taxes. So I'm paying my own reparations. How does it make any sense? All right. If it's about the government, who is the government? The government is me. The government is you. We appoint people to work in the government. Okay, like the United States is our company, basically. Look at it like this. We're all shareholders in the company called the United States. And the politicians that work in the government are our employees. That's kind of how it works. Not 100% exactly. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a lawyer, obviously, but that's kind of what it is. We pay taxes. Government does not create any revenue outside of our tax money. All right. And the employees, the senators, the congressmen in general, they are our employees. That's how it works. The president is our employee. That's what it is. So this whole thing about, oh, well, we got to tax the government. You're taxing yourself. It doesn't make any sense at all. Asheville will not really, like this will not help anything at all. This is just more government promises, government monies. There probably won't even really be anything that comes of this, although there may be more taxpayer monies spent. And what if in Asheville they raise taxes to pay for it, and they raise taxes on you as a black person or a non-white person? And if you are a white person, then you shouldn't be tasked with the burden of paying for a thing that has nothing to do with you. You didn't do anything, so what does that got to do with me? People say that, oh, it's your ancestors, they did it, so you got to pay. No, that's not how it works. Okay, I don't care if it's my mama or my daddy that does something. That's them. It's not my responsibility. If my cousin, just random cousin, for example, goes out right now and knocks over a 7-Eleven, that's not my fault. That's on him. He's got to figure out a way to get beyond that whole situation. Don't call me on the phone. I'll be like, sir, I don't know who you are. Click. I mean, that's not my fault. That's not my responsibility. He's got to be able to handle that. It's the same thing, reparations. Okay, whatever ancestors did is totally irrelevant. And the elephant in the room as I close here is that a lot of black Americans and white Americans really have mixed DNA. You know, so what if you're a white person that has like a great grandfather in America that's black? And myself, my great granddad, who I met and who I knew up until I was like 10, 11 when he passed away, he was actually mixed black and white, black and Irish. So what if the Irish part was a slave owner? What if you have black folks that were slave owners? This whole thing is just kind of silly. Slavery been over with for a long time. 1865, it was over with. You're talking about over 150 years ago. We got to get beyond it. We got to get past it. We can't keep living in the past. All right. The government handouts, the government benefits, the constant reliance upon the government will not do anything. Even if we get any kind of cash payments, any kind of monies, we got to fix how we live. We can't live this hood rich lifestyle, like living in a low income type of environment, but having more money. That's not going to be how it goes. If we want more investment, if we want more businesses, if we want more things in the community, then we got to have the community rise up. You can't complain when things become more expensive. You can't live cheaply or in a poverty type of way with more money. That's not how it works. We have to get ready to just rise up as a people and not be just on this lower level of existence. So as I close, I want to say this. Asheville, more virtue signaling from the Democratic Party, from leftists in general. This won't really go anywhere. It won't help you with anything. They're giving you basically campaign promises, talking points. Oh, we're going to fix this. We're going to fix that. You probably were hearing the same exact things when people that are in city council and the mayor or whatever were running and say, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. It wasn't labeled reparations. It was labeled something else. Oh, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix that. Nothing gets fixed. And then you crying about it, screeching about it. And then they say, okay, here's a solution. We're going to give you more of the same promises. Yay, that'll fix it right there, huh? Silly virtue signaling. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that this resolution will make sense as far as reparations? Will it actually go through? Will it be beneficial? Will it spread to other cities in America? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or is it a big time nothing burger, virtue signaling, empty promises that won't be kept? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. You pretty much know where I stand. I'm not a fan of reparations. I don't really think that's going to help because it's just more government handouts, more government benefits. The more government is in your life, quote unquote, helping you, the worse you generally are. The worse you generally wind up being, because what happens is people become dependent upon that. So they have less internal drive, there's less of an importance. There's less of, a sense of urgency with your life, because why? You have everything you need. You got the government giving you whatever you want, or you just sit on your hind parts waiting on the next check. It's like the whole thing with UBI. It's the same exact thing. Okay. People say, oh, it'll supplement your income, whatever. People will live on UBI. What's the point of doing anything more when you can do nothing and still get paid money? The same thing going on right now with unemployment. People would rather just have unemployment and not work because you get paid more unemployment than you can do from working. You see, when you give people more government monies, more incentive to not work or to not be productive, people a lot of times take it. Now, some don't, but how many more are going to take it versus those that don't take it? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.